Hey, test, test, test. There we go.
You've returned. Good.
Resub, woo! Thank you, Cal. Yeah, woo! Haven't heard that sound in a long time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Man, oh man, oh, welcome to D&D. It is Sunday night, we're going to play again. My god, what did we do last time? We had a whole thing. I think I remember we were on the island, and we had just defeated the underground water temple. We collected our reward and our information from Olam and his buddies there, and we set sail for Dovagard as Kai and Kara wanted to check in with the Adventurers Guild. Made our way in there and got some information on some new quests where the guild master, Moki, gave us a quest to retrieve a woman from the city of Nyokoro, the royal city, and bring her back to Ashura. We asked a little bit of information, and he said... Emiko. And he said that orders will be in this little case. He gave us a little leather scroll tube with information in there on how to find her, etc., etc. We went into Dovagard for the night, where we were attacked by unknown assailants that came in. Well, only two of us were there actively, which was Kylok and May. The others sleeping upstairs, Clarval out at a bar, and some people on the boat. We managed to escape using a quick idea from Kylok there to vanish, and we were gone as the would-be assailants walked around downstairs, did not find us, and had left. We later found out that some of them had attacked the men on the boat as well and killed one of them. One of our shipmates were killed.
Jackson won't be happy.
Our newbie, our fresh employee who was new to sailing that joined us was found dead.
Oh, yeah, Jackson will not be happy about that.
On the deck of the ship.
Groomer.
As the rest of the men chased the would-be assassins off, defeating one of them, I think, and the other one ran off.
Yeah, they killed one.
We saw Kylok spend some time walking through the streets to identify a woman who was seen nearby of Eastern descent that may have been involved with the attack. And in the morning, we went to an underground tavern that was a thieves' den to find a contact for Kai.
Not at all like the one in Skyrim. No, not at all.
Not at all. Maybe very similar.
But not at all.
Not at
For
all.
trademark purposes.
Kai found his contact, who was a warrior who was in the, not employ, but who used to follow the warlord Jun in the Jade Havens for some time. And gave us information about him and how he took over a town to the west called Saracen, and that there was another town to the north, Hema, that might be something to investigate, a hobgoblin town. It was a fishing village. He also told us that only the warlords loyal, or not the warlords, but the generals or commanders loyal to Jun would know where he was, as there's a number of outlying manors and temples all around Saracen, and he is to be held up in one of those, and that a contact who may help us out, but we'd have to have a reason for him to help us out, was Budo, the hobgoblin, who was distrustful of Jun, as he had thought that the warlord may have had his eyes on Hema, where his people are from, as an easy target, though that has never, so far, come about. We decided as a group that we were going to make our way, either by sailing or by flight, we don't know yet, I don't remember, to Nyokoro, the royal capital city. Even though we were warned that they would be spies everywhere, anyone who comes and goes would be noticed and their presence would be given to whoever it needed to be, so if anyone was looking for us, we would probably be noticed. However, we're pretty safe, as it's a giant city. No warlord is going to try to take it over without a massive army. From what we know, Jun is powerful, but he is only able to take over a town so far. That's about where we are. As we were, I think, in Dovregard getting ready to leave.
Yes. Yes, we were.
So anything else you need to do, want to do, catch up on?
The other thing we checked on was that Neokora has almost no demon presence. Or in Jedhaven. Jehud. How do you say that?
Jadehaven.
Jadehaven.
Jadehaven had a low demon presence. Wasn't a high
Yes.
demon presence. So not like Ashura, where a lot of demons out everywhere. So in the fields, the farms beyond the city, there's demons here and there. Old roads,
Almost none.
merchant
almost
roads,
none.
there were some. But there's a lower presence.
There's
yes.
some.
In the north, in general, there's not that many. They're lesser and lesser. It's just not where they tend to dwell. Looks like they have maybe come in somewhere near the middle of the world, near Ashura type thing.
Yeah, wherever the thing was cast.
Yeah.
Stop the moon.
So, yeah, you got some good ideas. You got some good information, good ideas. So what was your plan? Was it sailing? Was it flying? Did you want to do anything in town here still to gear up or get some stuff or talk to anybody?
I think there was talk of flying to as far as we could go, and then
Flying boat.
coming in on the water into the
Flying
because
most
we
of the
didn't
way
wanna
and
land.
sailing in.
We didn't want to land there and cause suspicion because
Hmm.
flying boats are not that common.
You also leveled up, so everybody had some time to practice their
extra
skills,
information.
learn things. We went to our respective guild houses in Dovregard and got training, where we learned new abilities and got stronger. What are you guys now? 6, 7? I can't remember.
7.
7th level. That's what it was. We're doing fairly good. All right. Is your intent to then take off?
My intent is to follow what the captain's doing.
May, would you like to fly or shall I fly this time?
Well, you can draw straws.
Roll for it. I rolled.
Oh, you cut out.
That's it.
What do you
15.
get? 15.
Showing a d20.
Yeah. I hope so.
11.
I'm flying.
All right. Bard makes his way up, takes control, and launches us across the water and eventually up into the sky. Make our way up and away from Dovregard. The cold, as the wind and what's remaining of the snow and the heavy clouds, we leave behind and we begin to go more south. Make our way more south across the ocean. Some of the frozen islands and the territories from Dovregard there towards Jadehaven. We'll sail for a good time, so a lot of downtime to practice our skills, do what we need to do as we fly for a couple weeks in that general direction. We've gone unnoticed, or we got noticed, but we've flown unnoticed for quite a while until eventually we see the peaks of the mountains in the distance and a good spot to start bringing it down. On this day, bring the ship down into the ocean behind the mountains near Jadehaven and begin to sail around the coast towards the city. Anything you want to do specifically as you come towards the city? Any way you want to come in, or just generally into the docks?
Well, before we get in, I want to make sure that we're having a conversation. I'm having a conversation with the air elemental that we've got maintaining this. Make sure they're still good. They don't have any issues. trying to keep the air elemental happy. Last thing we need is this thing pissed off and then just dropping us out of nowhere.
All right. Yeah. All right. Give us what do you want to use? Performance.
A pissed off air elemental.
Give him some
Performance, okay.
inspiration. Give him a performance.
Perform. All right, that would be a 22.
Nice. All right. You're able to entertain him as you're going along, flying the ship, telling him stories, listening to stories, seeing what he's interested in. He likes being in the air. He likes flying. Doesn't like being docked and having to wait. He likes to be up in the air and moving around. Over the last week or so, as you guys were flying across the oceans, he's quite happy to be back doing that. Tells you stories of the plane of air where he's originally from, and how he used to fly across that, see the great cities and massive clouds, places of fantastique that you have never seen, but you've heard of. And that's it. Then you make your way here, land down near the waters. He seems to be in good spirits. Understands you're gonna have a layover some time, but we'll wait for you.
All right, now that we're back on the water, Jackson, this is your...
Yeah, Jackson will take over and steer us into port.
All right. Jackson takes over, drives or sails us across the ocean, up the little river.
Where's the boat?
And passage.
Loud putt-putt motor engine sound.
Towards the dock of the Royal City. We go. Yeah. As you come up, a large, ancient walled city built on the mountainous hills of the blossoming passage. That's where you are. Rows of brightly colored tile roofs trimmed with upward curved wooden accents flow like rows of crops surrounding a majestic kingdom at its center. Long red banners ripple in the wind from the peaks of the towers. As you come by, the roads of tightly packed stone snake like rivers up hills, over bridges, and alongside steep cliffs, all surrounded by masterly carved stone railings set with lanterns. You have quite the unique ancient city that you've come across you have not seen before. Here and there, city starts off low at the edge of the ocean and makes its way up into some very steep cliffs, jagged areas and whatnot, and spreads out upwardly. Pull into the docks, which is quite full of all kinds of ships. You got big ships, tiny ships, lots of merchant ships, independent little one sail merchant ships here and there in the docks.
Oh, by the way, we're flying a merchant flag when we came into stuff.
Got your merchant flag up? Nice.
Yep.
All right. Make your way and you're directed over to the merchant's area where you can park your ship there. Park amongst the other merchant ships. The men throw the plank down and begin moving about, tying the ship off, putting things away, taking sails down, and doing whatever you need them to do. It is a lot different here. The weather is nicer. The sky is almost blue. It is not overcast. It is not
Almost
cold.
blue.
It's still kind of cold this time of year, but it's very good weather as opposed to where you've been for the last long time. Ever since Leland, you guys have been in the ice and snow.
But we are somewhere warmer. Jackson is going to stop worrying about wearing winter clothing.
Aha!
He does not want to overheat and bake himself.
Yeah, no longer needing that. Most of the men get rid of theirs. Stow it away. Get back into regular gear. As you come into port and you're doing your thing, you're approached, of course, by
looks good.
the dragon shirt, by the dockmaster himself, who comes up and asks you for a nominal fee, about 10 silver. Gets the name, asks for the name of your ship.
We did choose a name for it.
I know
however,
you did.
Jackson is also going to ask the air elemental if it has a name.
Air Elemental was part of a different ship, the one that crashed.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the helm, so he doesn't have the name of this ship.
All right. And single
No.
3 is the answer he gives.
Unsinkable.
Unsinkable tree?
3. The
Unsinkable
number
three.
3.
Doesn't raise questions at all.
Neither of the other ones sank, but they aren't in the water.
Well, you know what? If I get another warhorse, I'm naming him Verlaine the Second.
Verlaine the Second. Death by acid. He takes the money, records the name of your ship, asks you, of course, if you're merchants and what you're in the city for. See a merchant flag. Directs you to local areas where you can do trade.
No, what do you think we're in the city for? Yeah, merchant flag.
And is going to see about offloading some of the fish they've been catching.
Don't need to
as
be
they
smart.
sail.
Oh, unloading fish?
Cooped up in a ship for 3
Yep.
weeks. What do you
Nice.
want me to be?
We've been sailing for 3 weeks. Yes, we are selling fish.
Yeah.
Jackson bought 5 fishing nets for a reason.
Hell yeah. Guys will work on that for you. Your crew on the ship will work on that. They also approach you and say, Captain, what about the poor guy that didn't make it? Should we recruit another guy?
No. He didn't make it. The entire point of hiring him was to get him experience. Instead, his pay will be split among his crew that we hired him from.
Hooray!
We shall all drink to him. Yay!
All right. They're going to go about the business of selling and unloading the fish while you guys are here. I'll try to get you some money from that. You have fish from the north and whatnot. It'd be good to hear. You make some sales. You yourselves walk off and you're onto a dock in warmer weather, nicer weather for the first time in a long time. Kai suggests, of course, break open the orders and let's see what we're to do while we're here.
Yeah, what you got there, Kai?
Well, he asks you. You have it.
I don't have it. Do I?
Somebody does.
Did
Somebody
we
took
lose the orders already?
I thought the Bard had it. Remember, he does all the talking.
it. Oh man, I can't get this to work.
Or maybe he doesn't.
All right, we go back to this.
Wherever it is, we fumble about and find it and open it up.
All right. Fumble it and open it up. We go to... Open it up, you pull out the papers inside. Inside the papers say, basically, put a lotus flower atop the monument at the foot of the eastern temple grounds. Return the next day and meet with Shen, who will guide you through a passage to meet and collect Amiko. Sneak her out of the city and return her to Ashura to the Rusty Dragon.
Does it mean flower like a plant or like the baking ingredient?
He means plant. Oh, you could put
I
the
heard
baking
it wrong.
ingredient. See what happens.
Just sprinkle some flour on top.
What's that white stuff you're spreading all over town?
Don't worry about it. It's just stuff.
It's just stuff. Guys, take a look at that. Do whatever you want to do.
Was it the Iron Dragon you said?
Rusty Dragon.
Rusty Dragon. Used to be the Iron Dragon. Now it's Rusty.
No, it's never the Iron Dragon.
That is a good backstory for a tavern, though.
Yeah. The sign rusted, so they changed the name.
Easier than getting rid of all the rust.
Yeah. Or buying a new sign.
Looking
So we're just
about.
standing in the middle of the street.
Give me. You're not in the street. You're on the dock. Give me a perception
Oh, right.
roll. Unless you want to go to the street, you can go in the street.
I got a 7.
Nice,
A
Horrible.
6.
nice.
Even better. Nice for the DM.
Yeah.
20.
Oh,
8.
8.
Or
All right.
not.
You guys open up the orders on the dock and make your way up out of the area to the main streets onto some nice cobblestone streets surrounded by some green grass and little walkways. People are going here and there by. It's a city. It's busy. But it's not bustling like Ashura or like even Dovagard. It's a lot slower. You see people in very colorful outfits walking around very slowly at their own pace, kind of calm, just making their way here and there.
Slowly in a daze, or just like just
Relaxed, very
Okay.
just at ease,
Not
at home.
like they're all hypnotized.
No, not yet. With your perceptions that are all crap, you're oblivious, and you, except for the bard, and pull out the orders in the middle of the street and begin to read them. The bard's the only one who notices that you're in a city. There's a lot of people you've never seen before, here, there, and everywhere. Maybe with the thoughts of spies being around the corner and everything. That any one of these people could be recording and relaying your information much later on.
Maybe we
Recording
find
it.
somewhere private.
He suggests that maybe you find
Like,
somewhere more private.
We find a tavern somewhere.
You're the eagle-eyed city fella. What do you see?
I
out
will-
there? You see an inn? You see a tavern? See a couple guys sitting around drinking next to a stool.
I'll stop someone. I'm gonna stop the person that I see walking by,
Watch out, he's got a
Okay.
knife.
man or woman.
Oh, we have. Oh, we're my one dice and on my other dice, so we'll have to 50-50 it. All right, let's see.
Let me make
Man.
this worse. Yeah.
Okay,
Please be a gnome. Please be a gnome. Please be a gnome. It's a gnome!
my good sir.
Look at the gnome.
We're travelers. Just arrived in your fine city. Where would you look like a connoisseur of only the finest? Where would you recommend that we stop for a bite to eat?
You see a very short man, almost a dwarven in stature. He is, of course,
He's
of
a gnome.
Eastern descent, being in this area, and he simply seems very relaxed and laid back and points over to a building just up the road, which has a bowl depicted on a sign. And he'll say, "There is a very good spot."
I heard that the people in this city were the kindest and most helpful. I thank you very much, sir. I take both his hands in mine. I slip him a silver piece as I shake his.
Ah, very gracious of you. He gives you an acknowledgement in the form of a bow and continues on down the road.
Is he a gnome?
The gnome will come into play shortly.
Oh,
It
okay. I thought he was a gnome.
has been summoned.
I wonder what the gnome does.
The bard, Mr. Clerval, points up the road to a simple-looking place. It has a wooden building, wood on the outside. Again, a very decorative, colorful tile roof with upturned wooden accents, some golden trim, a lot of banners and flags flying around on it. Nice big wooden porch. Make your way up and over to that. Go inside. Very simple place. Bunch of tables set up, a little hearth, typical bar, people inside here and there. You notice most of the people here are from Eastern descent, as well as a lot of demi-humans in here. I don't know all the proper terms for them, but there are some of the tortoise people, some kitsune, some hobgoblins, even some raven folk. Just a handful of each in here. Not very busy. Not a very large crowd. Very quiet. Relaxed. What would you like to do?
Look for a table first of all.
Very easy to find one. You can sit anywhere you want pretty much in here. Middle of the room, back of the room.
Back of the room.
All right. Make your way to the back. There's some barrels along the back wall next to the hearth. It's the middle of the day. Find a large wooden table to sit by. Has some decorative accents on it. Some flowers, some incense going.
I will sit facing the door. At the other side
Sit,
of the table, towards
looking
the-
across the tavern, out the front door with the
Against-
light,
against the
sunlight's
wall,
pouring
yeah.
in. Got some windows near you anyway with some light coming in. Nice place, lots of ambiance.
Any type of stage or anything set up here for performers?
In here, there's not really a stage. It's a very flat, one-level area. But there's a clear out next to the hearth
Not a problem.
where someone
We'll
could
go
be.
up to an empty table. All right, head over there. Stand up on a table. Give a stirring performance so that the rest of the group can read their notes, their missives, and the attention be focused on me. I'm going to tell the story of the White Crow of Ashura.
Oh, okay.
And that would be a 25 on a performance check.
Oh, there we go. All right, 25. You enthrall anybody and everybody who's in here with a story from a far-off land. They're not from Ashura. Few of them have ever traveled there. It's quite entertaining, and they want to hang on every word and hear the history and the lore of the land. As they're doing so, you're going to earn about 70 gold total in here over time from these people.
Even I'm on the edge of my seat.
I maybe need to travel with these.
You could just stay here and make a good living.
Yeah. As people come and go and are very enthralled and offer you various things for how well you told this story and entertain them, the rest of you are at the table with Kai and Kara.
I've already ordered a round of drinks. I got a honey ale. I don't know what everybody else got.
They have a honey mead type thing here,
Yeah.
and they also express to you how much the locals like tea, various teas, and whatnot. But of course,
I'll try a tea.
yeah, they bring you out a very exquisite aroma-y tea that you see most of the others in here drinking and relaxing. Say it's their specialty. This is what they do.
Special tea.
Special tea, special tea. Little white stuff in there.
Flour.
Just sprinkle it on. That's flour. They bring you guys out the alcohol if you want it. Very unique. It's something different you've never sampled before from a different part of the world. Enjoy your drinks and look over your orders and what you want to do.
Yeah. Once we're sure that no one is kind of paying us any mind while he's playing this thing, we'll start looking at the orders. Anything specific about the orders? Special seal or?
The seal is from the Adventurers Guild, which is your guild, and the guildmaster himself has signed the orders. You see specifically where to go in here. They're telling you about this temple over on the eastern part of the city itself and what to do by leaving a flower in this specific area on the monument at the base of the temple grounds. And then return
See what type of flower?
lotus flower. Oh no.
Not a lotus flower.
Nintendo got the cat flipped his power bar.
Oh,
He'll be back.
I thought he disappeared. Thought maybe he sunk with the ship or something.
You get special instructions, so it looks like you have to leave this there at one time or another, and then someone will see that signal over time and then meet you there. So it will require coming back and or waiting or whatever you want to do. You have to come up with how you're going to do that type thing. Kai suggests that this is a good idea, that this Emiko may have a lot of information on this area and be very valuable to us. Maybe she can help us out, and we should collect her as we can before we start looking for John. Anything specific you want to do?
Sounds like a good idea. What's Clairval doing? Has he done his performance?
Oh no, he's performing for a while. He's gonna earn 70 gold. He's up there.
So we're probably gonna have to wait for him to finish.
I'm trying to give. I'm not in the Adventurers Guild. I don't have a call on this.
He's a bard. He's performing.
I'm not skin in the game, so to speak.
You want us to leave you here?
Oh,
He wants you to come up with your plan.
I'm saying that I'm not making a call as to which route we're going.
Do you like the money we earn? You should be part of this.
He's getting the heat off you, so you're alone to
Yeah.
discuss.
Well, I'm just saying we'll go. Like, we'll have to go buy a flower.
True.
We can just pick one. Why do we have to buy one?
Do you know where the lotus flowers grow?
Do I? I'm a
in this
ranger. Maybe
specific
I
city?
know.
If you
Can
were
I? Can I see if I would be able to
to
tell?
talk to any member of this party about who the best one to find flowers would be, I'd probably be talking to the bard.
You know where to find flowers?
No, I know how to pick the best flowers.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering when you became a
I
botanist.
don't know where in this town, but you can find it.
Is it a specific flower or just a flower?
Specific.
Lotus flower.
Lotus flower.
Okay. Can I roll to see if I would be able to kind of guess, make an educated guess as to where to look for that?
Yes, being coming from an alchemy-ish background.
What am I rolling?
What do we got here? What can we use for that? Survival.
Okay.
You were, in fact, a ranger.
$25.
Oh, nice. All right. With your skills, you know about where you should look for this type of flower. And having seen various things on your way in here, you have a good understanding. Up near the, up higher in the city near the temples, there was some flower gardens you saw, and that would be a great spot to pick one out.
Perfect.
So she'll direct you guys
got this.
there.
You
Yeah,
got
25.
this,
We don't need to spend any money.
Where's my other book? Oh, well, Jackson appears.
Unless the guards have something about people picking lotus flowers and we have to get you out of jail after you go pick one.
Well, then we just don't get caught.
I like this idea.
Keep you there.
Alright, so are we just heading there then?
You have good ideas about where to find a flower. You're talking about it, you come up with it as a party at the tavern. The bard is over telling his story, getting the people the interest on him, the eyes upon you. As you do, the three of you make perception checks.
3.
Let's do better this time. Oh, fuck. 7 again.
19.
12.
19 to
They're
12.
both entertained by still.
With a 19, Jackson, you turn your head curiously as you hear a sound coming from a nearby wall. No one else in the tavern seems to see it, may get to hear it,
While I was talking to you.
and look over as well. You two both see a tiny door appear on the wall of the tavern. Everybody's attention is focused on the bard, except for you guys sitting next to the hearth. A little tiny wooden door just appears on the wall. Sound, not unlike you've heard before in the Far Realm, of rift opening accompanies it. As you notice it, suddenly it opens, revealing a gray swirling mist, followed by two small humanoids that make their way out of the door. They look like gnomes. Big colorful hair, long beards, flashy clothing. You hear them arguing with each other. They begin to go, I don't think this is where we're from. The other one goes, I don't know, where were you going? You see them arguing on the floor next to your table.
I'm gonna go up to the gnomes and be like, excuse me, can I help you?
They look at you.
Speak gnomish.
And they go, what the hell is that thing? It's all red.
What language are they speaking?
Common.
Common? Oh,
Common? Okay. Okay. I was gonna be like, then I'm like, hello, do you need help?
You see the one climb on top of the other one, and he looks up at you closer. Says, and what are you? And what is this place?
I'm a tiefling, and this is a bar.
Tiefling?
I was gonna say.
What the hell is a tiefling?
How do I
Yes.
explain what a tiefling is?
He goes,
I'm a tiefling. Yes.
he goes, you don't even know what you are? This
Well,
place is
I didn't
weird.
say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'll just be like, I'm a tiefling. That's what a tiefling is.
They go, what do you do? What makes this place special?
It has drinks. It has drinks, friends.
Yeah, this is just a room where you get alcoholic drinks and have a good time.
Alcohol
So
is
did only
free
Jackson
here.
see the portal?
He says, you get drinks.
It is
It's free.
not free.
You see him jump off, walk over to the table, and just take the drink out of Kylo's hands and begin drinking.
Hey! I was drinking that.
She said I could get drinks here.
Gnomes don't even like honey. What are you doing?
He's just drinking it down. The other guy comes over too. He jumps up on the table, starts sipping from the tea. This is pretty good.
Can we keep them?
Well, they're way more talkative than the last gnomes we had.
Let's let them get arrested and be on with their day.
One walks over to
They'll
Jackson.
get flogged though if they get arrested.
What the hell are you?
Jackson's just gonna stare and try to intimidate.
Oh,
With a 15.
oh, that's pretty good. Oh, that one's creepy. They go back over.
I'm gonna ask them where they come from.
Oh, beyond, all over. We're travelers.
Originally.
Do insight.
Nine.
Jackson is listening in the background with an 18.
I got a 12.
They give you the name of a place, but you've never heard of it before. Sounds fishy. Sounds made up. Nonsense. Gnome speak.
I understand no speak. What does it translate to?
Old shoe bicycle.
Oh, you. Sickle.
They continue to drink your drink.
I'm gonna just say back to them. That doesn't sound like a real place.
Yeah,
Are
it's a
you
real
sure?
place. Yeah, sure it is.
I'll say it back to them in their language. Or old shoe bicycle? Really?
Yeah, that's right. Got a problem with that, buddy? You see him getting a little more agitated from the drink. He kind of slaps the cup down, grabs you gently by your little collar. You can
Really gently.
You can smell his alcoholic breath. He goes, get us more drinks.
You got any money?
What the hell's money? That one there, the tiefling, said drinks are free here.
I did not say they were free.
You see the guy over there in the nice shirt?
They look over.
What?
Is that a tiefling too?
No, he's a half elf.
What the hell's an
Not a
elf?
thing for gnomes.
Elves have pointy ears.
Ah, he starts pulling on your ears.
Stop touching my ears.
These are cool.
If you go talk to him, he has money. He can buy you a drink.
Are you getting food too?
Ask the guy in the nice shirt.
No. He starts poking you in the chest.
It's a really nice shirt.
You, give me food. Elf.
Jackson, you got any of that goblin left in your pouch?
Got a few things in my pouch.
Give me a piece of goblin.
Jackson will pull out the hind quarter of a goblin and also start unfolding his chessboard. See if he can distract these gnomes.
There's some food for you, gnome. This is what we eat around here. It's delicacy.
Gnomes don't
It's
eat
a
that.
delicacy.
You eat that. Eat it. You see him pick it up and kind of stick it at your mouth.
I'm already
Poking
full.
you, poking you with it.
No, I'm full. Thank
Open
you.
up,
I'm
elf.
full.
Come on, elf. He's just poking it in your face.
Nope.
The other guy goes over to the chessboard. He looks at that. He says, "Oh, looks similar to a game I play."
Maybe you can play him for food.
Beat me in a game. I will pay for your drinks and food.
All right, you're on. You see him sit down square in the middle of the table. He just starts moving the pieces all over the place.
All right.
Don't think he knows the rules, Jackson.
Jackson does not care. He's just trying to get them out of your hair for a minute.
I'm sure he's gonna say what are rules. So
Oh, what the heck is a rule?
Jackson is just trying to get them out of your guys' hair so you guys can go and get that flower.
Let's go get the flower.
All right.
Split the party.
Split the party.
You guys are the ones that want to know.
All right, who's going? Kyloke and May?
I'm still
Yep.
up there, doing performance. And I look a little sad that they're leaving without me again.
I waved to him.
Taking another one for the team.
You guys
Bye,
go
buddy.
back. You see Jackson over there. He's being pulled on, part of his Titan beard and face by the gnomes as he's trying to get them to learn to play the game. They're just dancing on the table. Make your way out
Seemed to have forgot where they were headed and where they'd come from. So
into the streets and head up towards the flower garden. You two,
those gnomes are really different than the ones we met last time.
they definitely
they?
are. You know gnomes from this world, and they're similar to gnomes of this world. The ones you originally met were totally different than anything you had ever seen before.
Okay.
They were very silent. They didn't ever look at you. Their heads were in clokes. They
Right. I
pointed
did
a lot.
expect them to talk more.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But you make your way up through the city.
And I miss those quiet gnomes.
You summon the gnome along the path and into the flower garden.
I didn't summon them.
with-
Nintendo got his gnomes. They're on his table.
With May's information, she'll show you where the best place where a lotus could be found, and you make your way through the garden for quite a bit of time until you finally find one. Using May's tracking skills, she'll lead you to a small area where a lotus is on display. Looking around, you see people walking here and there through the gardens themselves. You have to decide, are you going to take it in the middle of the day, or are you going to wait for people to go by, or what do you want to do? Do look like ceremonial gardens, like, a nice
Oh,
garden park.
there are guards around.
Well, it's not not that there's guards around, but up to you. Do what you want to do.
So we're at the garden. There's a bunch of the flowers that we need. Are there any guards around?
Not from what you can see, no.
Oh, is there anyone selling any flowers?
Right here, well, there may be in the city, but at this garden, no.
All right, who's around?
You got
Close by.
All right, you got a handful of people. Let's see who we got here. See a half elf, Eastern descent nearby. He's walking by, kind of in the outfit of a monk, making his way from one of the flower gardens to the other in clear view of you for quite a while.
That's it.
Sure.
That's it, really? This
Well,
whole
we have
place?
people
Okay.
coming to go. I thought you were looking for a specific person.
I'm looking for like a handful of people.
All right. 9
Give
people.
me three options.
All right, you got 9 people. One of which is a half elf. One is an elf. One is a hobgoblin. One is a Eastern human. Take any of those.
All right, I will speak with the monk first.
Okay. All right. Comes by. He speaks with you.
For all that. First one you said.
I know, because I didn't like the rest. So.
Filtering his options.
Hello, do I call you brother? How are you? Good day.
Good day, sir.
I'm not from the east, so I'm not sure how to address you.
Says his name is G, and he welcomes you with a little acknowledgement, bowing his head to you.
I've heard of the wonderful lotus flowers in this city, and we've come to see them in the garden. The gardens look beautiful. It's a lovely day. The weather is much nicer here than back where I come from. We've just got into port today, and me and my friend here, we really want to find a place to get some lotus flowers that we can take back with us. Can we pick the ones in the garden here, or is there some place that we could buy them?
He says, you should buy flowers. Picking the flowers is not forbidden, yet frowned upon. These are beautiful gardens. You do not want to disrupt them. It says there are many flower vendors in the city. I'm sure you could find a lotus flower.
Point us to the closest one.
He'll take you if you wish.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Takes you on a little walk through the city, shows you the gardens and some local sites, not going too far from the tavern you were at, until you happen upon a small stand to the side of the road. It has some wheels attached to what appears to be a wooden type cart that's opened up at the front into a little stand. Buckets of flowers out front, as well as on the little shelf.
And there's the lotus flowers there.
Maybe some lotus flowers among them as well.
How much are they?
Charge 2 silver.
First of all, I thank G. I bow to him and I give him a gold coin for
Don't
donation.
insult him.
Donation to his cause.
Come on.
Gold coin for donation to his cause.
Oh. You've pissed
Thank
him
you.
off.
Thank him for his help.
Hear the voice
How
of
insulted
Clem
is he?
I'm not trying to offend him. He's a half-elf monk. He has to have a cause.
He takes he takes your coin and will give it to his cause.
Wait,
Even gave him a head bob, head nod. Thank you.
He gives you some information on the city as well as just a little guided tour. You're able to purchase some lotus flowers at the stall if you wish.
Sure.
Yeah. Give me a perception
We will
while you're out
buy-
as well. Both
we will
May
buy-
and
Are these potted ones?
no, these are individuals.
Do they sell potted ones?
Sure.
I will buy 2 potted ones and a handful of regular ones.
All right, 2 for the regular, 5 for the potted.
Silver and 5 for the. Okay. I want to make it look worth our while. Do we really
Yeah.
want these?
Yeah, you got some nice flowers. That's nice.
What am I rolling?
Perception. We're gonna do perception for you and Clairval, or not Clairval, Kyloke.
Everybody's looking from way back in town.
Hey, great.
He's having a good time. He's making the money.
All right, let's see
22.
Nice.
22.
You both get 22.
18 plus 4, yeah.
All right, you interact with the monk and the flower seller, and other people are coming and going throughout the city, making their way up and down these hills and these winding pathways. As you go and travel alone, you do notice Kyloke, one of the people, looks semi-familiar, kind of far off down the path, may have passed by you at one point. Looks similar to the woman you saw back in Dovagard, although now not in the same kind of garb. Looks at a different garb. Can't be sure if it's her, but jogs your memory. Making her way away from you, down the hills, the opposite direction of the tavern.
Opposite way of the tavern. What's ahead of her that I can see?
Just going down the hills and off to another set of market stalls.
So she's in the vendor district or
Yeah,
whatever?
yes.
Okay.
We could follow her.
Do you want to follow her? She has shadowy assassins that work for her.
What if we can figure out what they want?
We could stroll through the merchant quarter and see where she's headed. Without looking like we're
All right.
looking for her.
Just taking a nice stroll with your potted lotus plants and your as you carry them, yeah, throughout the city, having a nice time. You're just on a nice walk. It's good weather. You got your plant. You're walking around. Yeah.
You're a good plant. Such a good plant.
Look like 2 people out enjoying the market, spying things here and there. With a 22,
Just
you're
a
able to
Tiefling and a half elf.
a tiefling and a half elf. Able to keep your eye on where she's going. You know, she just kind of walk hurriedly, fastly, quickly through the town. As you make your way down and into the merchant's thing, she seems to not in any way or form run, but kind of quickly walk off up ahead. Makes her way behind a couple stalls. You're able to still keep track with the 22.
Do we see anyone that looks like they're kind of following her?
With a 22, you are suspicious of a couple. You're suspicious of 1 or 2 people as you make your way that could be, as they look upon you, maybe because you're an outlander, you're not someone who's from here, or are they looking too intently, or are they looking past you towards her? She's making her way from there. You're not quite sure. Give me intuition. Insight.
$15.
15. 15's pretty good. You get the impression maybe they're more so looking at you than at her.
Okay.
You continue to follow, I assume?
Yeah, without looking like we're following.
All right. Being inconspicuous, continuing to follow, you see she does walk hurriedly. Makes her way out of the market district at one point and over to what looks like one of the temple grounds. This is more of the central temple grounds. Down a path across a little bridge where it opens up wide into a big square.
Now that we've been following her and watching her for a while, does she seem to be wearing temple garb?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, makes her way down and into there. As she does cross into this larger square, there's a lot more people in here, a lot of monks, some of which are practicing some kind of routine. They're doing like a, not a meditation routine, but like just some daily routine out there in the area. It's very crowded, and she's able to make way through there into the crowd of people, at which point you lose track of her. There's a couple buildings nearby.
Do any of the monks that are around have similar garb to her?
Yes.
Okay. What faction are they?
Let's say they're wearing green, like a dark green in color. And they have white armbands.
Say they're wearing jade robes.
Jade robes.
Jade robes, eh? We're not spelled jade. There we go, jade.
She looks similar in appearance. Makes her way down into the ground. You kind of lose track of her into the people. And there's a couple of buildings nearby. A large temple, some smaller buildings on the sides. She could have gone into any one of them.
Is the temple up for this sect here somewhere?
It'd be straight ahead of you. Yeah, past the large like courtyard, we'll call it.
Was that the way she was headed?
Give me one more perception.
17.
17 is pretty good. We'll say she went off to the right. She didn't go into the main temple.
What's up to the right? Just some random houses?
Looks like a kitchen. Looks like a building with an archway that leads into a kitchen. You can see a bunch of different chimneys and whatnot. And you can smell some food being cooked inside.
The temple that we're looking for, is it in this corridor, in this area?
East side of town. You're in the central side.
We're in the central side.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. So we have some information. Do you want to press on, or do you want to go back? Because we got a bit of a walk back. We're supposed to be the sightseers.
Yeah, we should probably just go back to what we were supposed to be doing.
We'll take note of this place. Does it look like it's a busy kitchen, or is it closed up? Right
Looks
now?
busy, very busy.
Do we know what the temple, like what the temple worships? So the temple like goes with that color temple garb.
Not specifically, no.
Would I have any clue? No. It'd be best to talk to Clairval probably.
Yeah, you go far area from where you're from.
Uh-huh.
We could look into that before we head back, since we're already over here, though.
The kitchen, is it kind of are they selling food, or is it just they're giving food to the populace, or what are they doing?
Looks like they're giving food to the populace. Most of the people there are from the temple and from the grounds, and they're busy away cooking. As people are training, learning things, doing various tasks outside in the courtyard, as in the temple and beyond as well.
I'm going to stop one of the monks that doesn't seem to be too into prayer or anything. I don't want to interrupt him.
Okay.
And just ask him. Oh, I've not seen your garb before. What god do you represent?
He explains that it's not so much a god by name, but more of a spiritual way that they follow. He will
Oh,
tell you
what's the
this.
way that-
This is the Temple of the
what's-
Wind. He calls it.
Temple of the Wind, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are you guys really like the air elementals then, eh?
He says we don't hang out with them, but
What else can you tell me about your way?
he says I will tell you lots of the way. Please come inside.
I'm a history buff, sort of.
He wants you to come with him. He puts his arm around you gently and leads you off towards the main part of the temple, if you wish.
Well, it was nice knowing you.
No, come with me. Come on. I'm not
Have
getting.
fun.
I'm not getting kidnapped. Come on. Are you coming with me?
Okay, I'll come with you.
What god do you represent? Like that, that question sound like he's asking. What law firm? Well, you know, I didn't want to be blasphemous or.
He leads
Give
you
myself
across the main courtyard over to the main temple door. We'll say, please, you do not need weapons here. Let me take these from you. You'll begin to
I don't-
remove your bow and swords from yourself.
Nope. I'll just take a peek in the door and I'll be on my way then.
He says, no. You must learn of the way, please.
I'll come back. I actually have to meet someone, so
You can
do
stay
have a
here.
card?
There's nowhere to go.
You have a card or a
There's
pamphlet?
nowhere to
A
go.
card or a pamphlet.
Perhaps a bookmark.
He says, you look lost. We will show you the way.
I'm not lost. I follow. Whatever the other name is.
You don't even know. You must come with me.
I do
I will
know.
teach you a new way. One you can fully understand spiritually.
I'm sorry, friend. It's not my way.
This is the way.
This is not the way.
Do you know the way? Can we try to persuade him to give us like a quick rundown and then leave us alone?
Look,
Pulls
we'll
out
make
a,
it- we'll
he
make
pulls out a pair
donation
of
to your-
sandals for you and says, please, come with me. I will
No,
get
I
you a
don't-
robe.
I don't wear sandals or robes. I have a nice cloak that I love.
A cloak is for travels. You need no more
Silvercur
travel.
would not be happy if I entered your temple and chose a different path than the one that's already laid before me. friend.
Ah, we respect your gods. If you need spiritual fulfillment, please return.
Oh, there we go.
Sure, we'll come back.
He rattles a
Have a
little,
wonderful,
a
have a
little
wonderful
dish
day.
for you too.
Drop a couple silver in the dish.
Looks at it. Yes. Silver, thank you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Silver, thank you. Maybe
What
you're
was the
supposed
other-
to put like a platinum in there.
What was the other monk dressed in?
Well, they actually said, in case you were mistaken, like, you didn't realize that you'd given them
Well, sorry.
silver,
Here,
so you want to make sure you understood.
here's a gold piece. That's
Thank
to go
you.
along
thank
with those
you.
two silvers. It needs the gold needs a couple friends to
Of
keep
course,
it.
of course. Enjoy the city.
warm.
Thank you for coming to the temple, he says.
So I walk away. I kind of say under my breath, a gold and two silver pieces is well worth it to stay away from a cult.
Oh my god.
Make your way down across and out. As you go, you look around. You don't see the woman anywhere. Wherever she's gone, she's gone. Guys travel for
good,
quite
hopefully.
guys travel for quite a bit to get back to the tavern. Go inside. You still see everyone there is enthralled. There's even a little crowd gathered at the doorway now that's made their way
Actually, gonna
into.
say that as I'm walking in. I'm like, is he still singing?
I thought he was with the goblins or the gnomes.
Oh no, Jackson's with the gnomes. In fact, the gnomes have probably carried Jackson away from now, so we should probably go check to see if he's all right.
Even though there is quite the crowd on Claire Vallis, he is enthralling the masses and earning his money from new patrons coming in. Jackson looks quite annoyed. The gnomes are now on the table, kind of with their butts facing him and just shaking around, giving him a little dance.
Working on you.
Jackson is getting up and going to the bathroom real quick.
Right there in the spot.
No, he is going to a bathroom.
As Jackson leaves
He
for the
is going-
bathroom, the gnomes notice Clairval.
No, we're not back at the
And,
table.
uh,
You
Tiefling?
Clear Val. Okay.
No, you. Kylo,
Oh,
where are
me,
you? Are you
Kylo.
outside or coming in?
Yeah, we're just at the doorway with the massive crowd that's looking in the doorway.
Oh, okay. You see the gnomes have devoured all the food and drank all the drinks.
Damn, they hit the goblin too.
What do you guys wish to do then, you two?
um,
You don't see Jackson.
what did they eat Jackson? Oh my god.
Well, we have the flower. We still need to put the flower in the spot, right?
Oh right, yeah. We need to take the other 2 flowers back to the ship.
Continue on.
I'm gonna plant these at the house back in. Sure.
Do you wish to enter or do you wish to continue on?
Is there a way that we can store these plants safely?
Where are you going to store them?
I don't know. What's the safest place to store them in?
Probably on the ship.
Okay. How far is the ship?
Good ways down.
He's still telling a story. I'll go back.
Yeah,
to
he's got time.
with the plants.
All right, you two make your way back down through the city. You're like, you know what? You look in, you see the gnomes on the table. Jackson got up
it's
to go to the
Not
bathroom.
my crowd.
You're like, yeah, the hell with that.
So Jackson is not who comes out of the bathroom,
Oh,
but instead a big burly orc, as Jackson has cast disguise self on himself to
Oh, they're gonna
walk
love
off
you.
away from the gnomes, and just walks out of the tavern. Waits for Clairvel at the side of the tavern, not having paid the tab at all.
not having paid the tab. You two make your way down to the ship. Take some time. Have a nice, again, walk through the city, down some winding paths and the hills and whatnot, taking in the good weather, and you still have the plants with you. The woman's long since gone. You look around just in case, make sure she's not watching you or anything like that. You do get looks, but again, being Outlanders, it could just be that. Make your way down into the ship. The men...
These folks really like these lotuses, eh? Look at these people that watching our lotuses as you go by.
Yeah, gorgeous flowers, eh? You
That's all we
notice...
got. Yeah, they're from a cart. They're over by the garden area. It's a little cart on wheels. Good deal too. 2 silver for a handful.
2 silver for a handful. That's awesome. The freaking some of the guys from the boat are gone. They've gone out to trade the fish. The other guys are back at the boat. You make your way up, and they're just doing their thing, working on the ship. You arrive. You have the flowers with you.
Is it Ramon or Raul? What's his name?
Raoul will be there. He always stays with the
Raoul.
ship.
Raul, how's it going?
He gives you a big hearty hello. Says it is wonderful being here. I can't wait to get some time on the island.
Weather's great, eh?
Gorgeous weather. Beats freezing our ass up north.
How are the guys doing with the fish?
So should be striking quite the bargain. We hope to get some good
Excellent.
money for this.
You guys will be able to get a fresh rum keg if they have it here. I don't know if they have it here.
Now you're talking our language.
I heard they really like tea. In case you go into town, they really have a tea. Maybe they have an alcoholic tea for you guys.
Sounds good. What do you wish to do
We'll s-
on the ship?
I'm gonna store the flowers down in somewhere, and we'll take. We should probably take 3 of these flowers with us. That'll
Okay.
be Of the bunch that we got, so we can, in case we lose 1 or 2.
Okay. Take some flowers with you. Put the other ones away on the base of the ship.
Yep.
Anything else you want to do while you're down here at the moment, or no?
Checking in on the wolf. How's it going, Wolf?
Yeah, checking on
Shadow.
your animal companion. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Give me animal handling. Let's see how he's doing. I assume the rhinoceros and the polar bear here too.
Yeah, I'll check on them.
Yeah, give us animal handling. Let's see. Update them. Bond with ye pets.
Animal handling, 17.
Bond.
Nice.
15.
Nice. Okay. Both spend some time and give attention to your pets, increasing your bond with them. They're very happy, of course, and having a good day. They enjoy the nice weather, roaming free about the ship, interact well with the men. Crinoceros, though, maybe not as loving of the warmer weather, but he stays below.
Maybe he should go for a swim. Freeze the, freeze the port.
Make your way off the ship. You going back to the tavern?
Should we go check in on them? Do we want to see those gnomes?
Or do you want to go somewhere else? Do you want to go yourself to the tavern?
Well, I think we should go meet up with them
Or
and
the
head
temple.
to the temple. What's the time of the day getting to be?
That'd be after lunch.
After lunch? Okay. Yeah, I'll head back to the tavern.
All right, you two make your way
coming
back
with
to the tavern. It takes quite a while. You're on a nice stroll. It's gorgeous weather. You see, again, quite the crowd outside the tavern. There's something going on amazing in there. One of the people outside the tavern, a large ogre, is leaned up against the wall. Arms crossed,
ogre-
hanging out.
That ogre looked like he should actually be here.
He looks probably authentic to the area, I would assume.
All right. Is he? He's an Eastern ogre?
Yeah.
7 foot tall jacked ogre.
Rawr, just sitting out there. You see Kyloke and May just kind of on a stroll. Some lotus flowers, walking around, making their way up to the tavern. Do you wish
What's
to
the
do
crowd?
anything
What's the
over
crowd
there?
doing?
What the crowd doing?
No, Jackson is purposely waiting. He is trying to avoid those gnomes who he has sacrificed his chest set to at this point.
You make your way to look inside, and you see the crowd is watching the bard. You see Clairval. He's given quite the performance at the front there. Earned a stack of coins so far.
Ask the guy at the door, hey, how long's the wait to get in?
He says, no, there's no wait to get in. You can go right in.
Well,
We're
there's line up. There's a
listening
line up here.
to the bard. Listen to this bard. He's telling a story of this amazing group of outlanders. I don't know who
Oh, yeah?
this
How amazing.
this Jackson is, but he sounds fantastic. And there's
How amazing.
May. She has
This is
this robotic suit. And then the other one, Kyloke, I think was his name.
The other one.
He shoots things, I guess.
Sounds like a pretty good ranger, maybe.
Jackson gonna climb in from the side of the building. Already stabbed himself in the foot a few times.
They go, yeah, that was a funny one.
I heard Jackson eats everything they kill.
They're like, that's awesome.
Want to be wasteful. Admirable.
At least I gave myself something interesting to be remembered for.
Yeah.
All right, is he? Does it look like he's wrapping it up in there, or is he still shot?
I don't know. What's Clairval doing?
Well, if I see them come back, I'll roll a perception check, see if I notice them come back. That's a 16 on the perception check.
Yeah, you can see them outside the door. They're kind of hanging outside the door looking. You look over to the table for where they were, and there's
so
two
I'll
gnomes have
wrap
destroyed
things
it.
up.
Gnomes destroyed the table.
Gnomes are my problem.
The gnomes aren't my problem either.
Wrap things up and you head to the door.
I thank the crowd for the generosity, the gift of their attention, and order everyone around on me.
Ooh. All right.
Wow.
Cheer goes up from the bar. Drinks and tea go out to all the people inside the bar, and they remember your name and the story of your group. Very happy to have heard it. Tales outside where they
don't
are.
Remember my name. They remember.
Oh yeah, sorry, not your name, but the name of the group. Make your way outside, and you see Kyloke and May. Jackson is nowhere to be seen. You think for a second he may have been eaten by the gnomes.
Hey, I heard a couple guys out here said that Jake the Bard's really good. So I can assume it went well.
Do you want the focus of the next one to be about foot? Because the focus of the next one can be about you shooting yourself in the foot.
It's okay. I'm gonna guess you didn't tell about the horse that ended up in the acid, right?
Moving on. Where's Jack?
Better question. What'd you do with the gnomes?
What gnomes? The ones that were hanging out with you guys earlier?
Oh, I wasn't hanging out with them, but they were told to come get food money from you.
They were at your table. I saw you talking to them.
Jackson was talking to them. They pulled on my ears.
Where's Jack?
I'm not quite sure. Is he not in there with you? Did they eat him?
I've been up there for the past 2 hours, keeping everyone distracted so you could go do what you.
How many times have
Need
I
to do
said
for the
keep an eye
Adventurers
on the
Guild."
blue man?
We got the flowers, so
We got the
we
flowers.
did something.
Great.
We almost got abducted by a cult too. Yeah, we got to go there next. We almost got abducted by a cult. You want to hear about it?
I do.
These guys in green
Let's find
robes,
Jackson
white
first.
bands. You're sure the gnomes didn't eat him, right?
No, I'm not sure the gnomes didn't eat them. I think that might have taken away from my performance, as stirring as it was.
Look,
so
you're
I
very-
think we can safely
Art.
roll.
You're very persuasive. Can you go back in and ask the gnomes if they know what happened to him?
Jackson's gonna drop the voice, and while still looking like a giant ogre, he's gonna say, "He can't have gotten very far."
Yeah, friend. We'll find our friend. Just thanks.
I was the only one that knows
I look
Jackson
at
knows this guy's
Kylo
stuff.
and- Insight
Go for it.
check. Is Kylo really that stupid? That would be a 22 on an insight check.
I'm not that stupid. I'm just not paying attention.
Is he really that stupid? Is he funny?
That's to be debated.
Did you want me to roll something to prove I'm not stupid?
No.
He's trying to be funny. Got it. I had no idea till I rolled.
Oh man.
Hey, wait a second. That guy sounds like Jackson.
It is. There's a 14 wisdom save to figure out that yes, it is Jackson. Sorry, not wisdom, intelligence.
I have to roll.
Yeah.
17 on the dice.
Yeah. There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I know it's Jackson.
Confident that Clairval could know that, yeah. Because Jackson has already discussed using that spell with him before.
You used it on him before, didn't you?
Gave him a scroll for it, yeah, but he already had a disguise kit.
Right.
Okay, so now that the one spot that we went to get you guys some privacy is the exact opposite of what we're searching for now.
Yeah.
Maybe we can drop off your flower and reconnect the ship.
We can drop the flower off and see what's going on over there. It's a big city. We've been a few different places in the city. We found a temple quarter. We walked through the merchant quarter. Nice little cart that sells these flowers too. You should check it out if you wanna. If you're looking for a flower.
Did you find anyone
I
interesting?
love flowers.
We found someone who looks very much like the woman that we saw in Dovregard. Dressed differently. Dressed in a jade robe with white, was it white stripes or white sashes on it?
White armbands.
White armbands. At the church, or it was the Spiritual Way, Temple of the Wind.
Knowledge, history on that one there, DM?
Try it.
Ooh, rolled an 18, so that would be a 24.
All right. You know that here that they don't do the same thing. It's not that there's a temple devoted specifically to a god, but there's a bunch of different temples, per se, devoted to causes or ways or followings. Some of these are where traditional monks would pray. Some are where little sects would fight or train for martial arts. All that kind of stuff.
You know anything specifically of the Temple of the Wind, Clairval?
Well, it's back home we're used to seeing temples dedicated to specific deities.
Yeah.
Around here, they're more dedicated to ideals or ways of living, and they seek enlightenment through different ways.
Ah.
So they'll have like where you might have a temple to Silvakura back home. Here there'll be writings from various people on a specific path of living a life, and they're not necessarily deities, but wise individuals that have meditated and studied and come up the ways of following a certain path, and others will expand upon that.
I follow, yes. But do you know specifically anything about this group of individuals? Because, like I said, it seems to be the woman that followed us that had the assassins come after us. She seemed to walk into a kitchen at the temple.
You had someone following you. She walked
No,
in.
we followed her. I saw her in the crowd when we were getting the flowers. We followed her from the merchant quarter to the central temple district, and she walked into the Temple of the Wind because we talked to one of the monks, but into their kitchen area, and we lost her there.
Why were you following her?
Because she looked like the woman who sent the assassins after us in Dovagard.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but that was a horrible idea with just the two of you.
True, it was, but we stayed fair distance.
Okay, we both recognized her, so...
And middle of the day, too, so we didn't go down any dark alleys or anything. We almost did get a free pair of sandals and a new life, but...
We learned about the temple she may or may not be working for.
Yes. Would there be anything that we have, or is on our... Well, now, those things had said that they were after the... What did they say? Something about our friend, the thief, I think.
Kai?
Kai, yeah. Or the Eastern ones. That's what they said, right? Something about the Eastern ones.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of notes.
Mm-hmm.
So here's... Are we assuming that the rest of us were brought up to speed on all of this?
Yeah,
Yes.
when we woke you up, you guys escaped with us.
I can't physically remember who was here last week.
Yeah, I'm not sure who either.
I think Jackson was out, right?
Yeah, I was the one that was out.
Drake might have dipped early. Did you dip early last week?
No, I was here till the end.
Okay.
I remember this. Clairval wasn't there for...
Yeah,
fighting
Clairval
with
was
these
out
shadow
for the
things,
thing.
so-
That's what he means. Yeah, he was at the bar.
Oh, right. Yeah, so we would have brought you up to speed afterward when we got back to the ship.
Okay. So you think that the woman that you saw...
Spectral. What do you want? Somebody asked, I think it was Branthman that asked them what did they want, and they replied with the Eastern one, either Kai or Kara. Well, that we know of.
Okay.
But now the same woman that I followed after that encounter, because I was cloaked, is here in this city. Which looks a little different, but pretty much the same as before.
We didn't see any other ships alongside us as we traveled from where we came from yet.
You're pretty good as you flew through the sky that there was no ship. You definitely would have noticed an airship. There was no airship that you could see that would follow you. Traveling by by sea, you only did a little bit to get out of port and our land in port. So you're damn confident no one saw you in the sky or could track you in the sky unless, of course, they had other ways. You know that that these creatures had been reported on and below deck at the night of where they attacked Kylok as well. The men
That's
said
what
that
Jack was thinking is-
they killed one and they chased one off, but They didn't see where he went or how he left.
Jackson wants to make his way back to the ship after we drop off the flower then, and
Okay.
do a complete sweep of the ship, because he thinks, well, if we didn't see anyone and someone that we saw was there and now is here, they probably stowed away on the ship, and that's setting off some alarms for him.
Could very well have happened.
Do you think he'd be able to track if somebody was stowing away previously? Because they saw her in town, she's probably still not hanging around.
It depends on what she left behind. Man, I could take a crack at tracking.
All right, well, let's get to looking then.
Okay, you're in front of the tavern.
Are you gonna walk all the way over there looking like that? Because it's really weird with your voice coming out of that look. Jackson.
I am not changing back until we are away from this tavern. I am not paying the bill for those two.
All right, I'll just chalk it up as a little creepy. So.
You were making your way
Come on,
where?
Come on, big fella, let's go.
Where are you going to go? Are you going to the temple or are you going to the ship?
No, we're heading to the temple
Okay. You're all making your way across to the temple. Okay. Make your way
in the eastern sector, right?
past the tavern, looking inside one last time to see the gnomes have, yes, completely destroyed that table. Seem to be now annoying the bartender and trying to get drinks for free. Pointing to where you were in there, saying those guys are responsible. You off and away. Jackson, of course, leaving behind whatever he had out. The hell with it.
Jackson, let me ask you one question. Did you wreck the table because they beat you at that game, or did they do that?
We did not actually play it.
Oh, okay.
That was that nice chess set that I took from Raywin.
Oh, that's a shame. Maybe we can stop in and get it later.
Hell no. I'm not wasting that.
Make your way down some some nice paths and through the gardens again. People go by you, look at you as outsiders and whatnot. Draw a little bit of attention, but not overly. The ogre, of course, unless he's. Are you outfitted as an Eastern style, or you look like an ogre?
Yeah, it looks like an Eastern style ogre.
Okay, you don't gain as many looks. You'd be welcome here. You'd fit right in.
The difference is that, unlike everyone else around here, he has just got his chest bared and is just shredded.
Yeah, ugh, shredded ogre walking around behind everybody else. Guys, make your way to the far temple. Give us a perception as you go.
20.
Oh, nice. And because you're rangers, do we'll do survival. Let's do survival. Woo!
20 for perception.
19 for survival.
Oh, nice.
15 for perception from Jackson.
Oh. Okay. You make your
Switch
way
dice. It works a lot better now.
down and around a lot of these paths. As you go, you notice some paths go up hills and go up to these nice little, like, almost like, I'll call them cul-de-sac, just a little circle area where they have a little bit of garden and some statues around, but they don't connect to other roads. Using your spots and your survival, you're able to avoid many of those and continue on down the correct path, winding through the city, avoiding the big kingdom in the middle of the city, making your way along the outskirts on the eastern side to Eastern Temple. As you come into the grounds, you notice lots of trees. There's a lot of very colorful decorative trees around here, and there are some large arches, again with curled tops and brightly painted in color with some banners flying out front. As you come up to the front, there's a simple wagon again with it looks like again on wheels made out of wood, with someone out front selling little baubles. They got a painted sign out front that says "Get your fortunes here." Right next to that is a large monument at the base of some stairs that resembles what the orders tell you to look for. The stairs go up and beyond to a platform above where a lot of people seem to be in prayer at various areas.
Fortune teller. How much do you charge, fortune teller?
She says 1 silver.
1 silver. And what do you do?
She has these little baubles. They look like little plastic balls, for lack of a better thing, that you open up, and inside is a little piece of paper. She says, "This is a custom." Well, well, not really a cook. That's more of a food-like thing. But same idea is that it's a cultural thing, and it's fun. A lot of the people like to get fortunes. It helps them through their day or gives them warnings and advice.
I will take one of your fortunes.
All right. Give me a D100. Give me a number out of 100 here.
All right. Yellow dice, 7. Brown dice, 9.
79?
Yep.
All right. Pay her the silver coin. She hands you this bauble. Crack it open. And you look inside. A little piece of paper. It says, "Fools will take great heed of your words. Use this to your advantage." She will say to you specifically, "Outlander, I hope this fortune does you well."
Thank you. Use this well. So I'm just gonna like hold the piece of paper. Should I hang on to the piece of paper?
You kind of look unknowing. She says, "Yes, you keep these. Hold on to these. When your fortune is fulfilled, you can discard it."
Put it in my little pocket in my shirt.
All right.
Can I get one too?
Yeah, go for it.
Heck yeah.
Roll us a number.
What other baubles is she selling?
Just these.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
$58.
Nice.
58.
Yeah, let's see. You get one as well. Pay your silver. You get the little bauble. Crack it open. Get a little paper. Pull it out. It says, a helping hand will come from an unlikely place. Trust it at your own peril.
What does that mean?
Again, she doesn't read it. Only you read it. But the lady puts her hand over to you and says, "Keep this until your fortune is fulfilled, and then you can discard it."
Okay.
Interesting. All right, so standing back to the side while she's doing her thing there with the fortune teller.
Mm-hmm.
Just going over the notes that we made. Where are we supposed to put this lotus flower?
It says
Top?
at the top of the monument outside the temple to the east.
All right. And we're welcomed into the temple.
No, it's a temple to the east. There's a temple above and beyond as well. You're at the base of the stairs. That's where the monument is. Up the stairs, there's a large area where people are. Looks like they're doing prayer for various things. And at the far end, there's a smaller temple as well. Yes, not as grand as the one you saw earlier.
So there's 2 temples.
There are a lot of temples, especially in the Kingdom
Specifically
City.
the ones we're looking.
You were looking for
ones
the
we're looking
eastern one. You're at the eastern one, yes.
The eastern one. Okay, and it's a temple to what?
Who are you asking? How are you finding out?
The fortune teller lady.
She said this is the Shrine of Vows.
Shrine of Vows.
She will tell you. It is not a temple to anyone in particular. It is where people come to pray, read fortunes, and remember their ancestors.
And is it open to all, or is it you have to be from the east?
She says no. It is open to all, though you may not have relatives here or the like. You can still use the grounds to spiritually connect to those from your past.
And is there any customary tithe? Yes, that's a good one. Yes. Well, I wasn't really going for tithe, but yeah, that'll work. But I was kind of going for, is there any item that we should put in remembrance, like burn an incense, leave a flower.
Should give you that. Certain people do obviously different customs. Should give you a rundown of various little customs and explain, if you do bring up the word tie or whatever, that the fortunes go to support the temple, etc. You see people doing all kinds of different things.
All right, so it won't look weird that we put Lotus down.
Not at all.
Not trying to draw attention to us. Gloob's here. Hey, Gloob, hola.
Gloob, woo! Gloob's been fishing.
Has he?
Yeah, he's a fisherman.
He'd be good in Jackson's crew. Using those nets.
Yeah, you determined it would not be out of place to put a lotus flower on a monument here. No one would question that.
All right, so we should make our way up. We'll let the ogre lead us, since he appears to be from this area. We don't want to.
Jackson will take point.
All right.
We'll
Ogre
just
makes
comment.
his... Jackson, as the ogre makes his way up, he is, of course, taller, and he can reach the top of the monument quite easily.
The big man of flower.
Hand him the lotus flower. You see him reach up and put it atop the monument itself. You know that that is the instructions, and that you will have to figure out how and when this Shen will appear.
So what time of day is it now?
Well, we said it was afternoon, and we spent some time. So let's say almost getting to supper time.
Okay. Clairval, do you have anything light and breezy that you can play just to pass the time here? That wouldn't be too overpowering to the people that are going about their prayers and.
I just play a soft little ditty, you know. Nothing too hardcore, just something pleasant, put a smile on someone's face, but hint of subtlety as well. 26 on a performance check.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Just find a tree, like a tree to sit down by, maybe on a bench. Just watch what's going on, because I'm assuming someone's going to come. And not sure how they're going to know who we are.
Well, that's true. You have vague. Your orders say, or your notes say, where was it here? Return. Oh, it says put a lotus flower atop the mountain at the foot of the Eastern Temple grounds. Return the next day to meet with Shen. So you know it's the next day.
The next day.
You do relax though for a while within the temple grounds, and as the bard gives a little inspirational performance. How long do you want to stay here?
Just a little bit. We should probably go find some food.
Jackson is happy to do that and try to find some food that isn't fish.
Why don't we get back to the ship and try and track to see it, try and make a determination?
Oh yeah, we do have to go
Yeah.
check that out too. So we
Yeah,
should grab something
we
at
can
a
stow
vendor.
away.
Grab something at a vendor along the way, and maybe take that back to the ship, because we need to feed the men too, right? That are there, or release them to go drink for the night, whatever.
Yeah. Either
All right.
option is a good idea.
Okay.
Getting them off the ship for a bit's a good idea.
So you're gonna make your way back more towards the ship.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
As you guys are looking for food, I'll be right back. I'll just be walking with you guys.
Figured you'll look for actual food now.
He comes back with the whole thing of food. All right. Anyway,
Mr. Kyluk said he wanted something portable. So I'm going to do a perception check, see if I can see somebody like walking with like a churro or something that's like street vendor food around here. I'm just looking to see if someone's got some, and I don't see shit. I rolled 8 on a perception check. Not a great idea, but I'm so enthralled by Like all the neat stuff around here, I just get out of focus.
Yep, you
Jackson's
lost
also
track.
gonna try to look, but
Go for
he's
it.
going to follow his nose. With a 15 on that.
Nice, that's a little better. Okay. Following your nose is a big ogre. You make your way over to a roadside stand. Again, it's one of these little carts, vendor carts. They have food and spicy boiled water is what they have. All kinds of stuff. You can see stuff with noodles in it, stuff with meat, eggs, all kinds of different whatnots in there. They'll charge you 5 silver per bowl if you wish.
Jackson will, as he is disguised as an ogre right now, he's going to grossly overpay and give 5 gold per bowl
Nice.
for each of the crew members that is with him right now, which is going to be May, Clairvel, and himself.
Okay. They will thank you very, very much for that. Even try to give you the correct conversion back in silver.
He will not take it.
Well, thank you graciously for your hospitality and give you all food. Guys, collect your food. Eat on your way or wait till you get back.
On the way, 'cause
Yeah.
Jackson does want to get to the ship.
All right, the 4 of you walking through the town near the end of the day, eating your food just along the side of the road as you're walking. The big ogre behind you or in front, out in point. Make your way back down to the docks and the ship. At the ship, when you get there, the men are back. They have pulled in some money from selling the fish for a total of about 120 gold they've made in selling fish and doing some trade while they were down here. Welcome you back and glad you're back. A little confused at the ogre.
Jackson will drop the spell now that he's on the ship. And he will split that gold with them. 20 gold per each of them. Since
Nice.
There's 4 of them now. Welcome
Alright,
back.
Did we all get eaten by gnomes?
No, Jackson grossly overpaid for noodles.
Oh. Well, you wanted something other than fish.
Now I want pho. It's on
Uh,
the other side of town.
Starting to well, not get dark, but the sun is going down. You can see the sun visibly setting over the horizon there. The men are back on the ship just in time for the night. They have some money. They ask what you want to do. They say, Captain, what do you want to do? Should we go into the city for the night and spend this money? Or do you have something
Yes,
you need of
Jackson
us?
wants to get them off the ship, and he's then going to commune with the air elemental after they're off the ship
Okay.
and see if the air elemental is able to tell him how many people are on the ship right now.
Oh. Air Elemental can do that, you're right, but the Air Elemental will say that there's only the number of people on the ship that are on the ship. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7, technically 7 of you, I think. Branthrin and Kai and Kara.
8.
And aside from the crew that was also on the ship, was there anyone else on the ship as we journeyed?
Air Elemental will say yes.
Yeah, I guess we'll call
If
Ragnar
it
part of
was
the
then
crew right now. eh?
Immediately let us know. Yeah, Ragnar is basically part of the crew at this
Oh,
point.
Ragnar
He's
too, yeah.
hired
Forgot about
for them.
Ragnar. And Ragnar.
He technically has his soul, it's just not in his body.
Yep.
Yeah, Jackson will commune with the air elemental that if that sort of situation does happen again, immediately alert either the crew or one of the people that he can commune with.
Air Elemental will say how many people should be aboard the ship at any one time.
Jackson will count the crew, the party, and the
Okay.
rogue, cleric,
5, 6,
and
7,
barbarian dwarf.
12.
Well, how about that? How about we just check in with the air elemental before we leave and let them know how many people in case we're bringing in extra people or we're not bringing in people.
Yeah.
Sure. All right, but the air elemental does tell you that someone else was on the ship who was
Yeah,
unaccounted
Jackson
for.
wants to know where they were staying in the ship
Hmm.
or on the ship. They were hanging from the edge.
Air elemental can only give you so much, but says they were located somewhere down below.
All right.
Check the hold, maybe.
Yeah, Jackson's gonna start sweeping the bridge, the hold, the brig, all of it.
Give me perception.
Can I interest you in investigation since I'm actively looking?
Oh, way better, yes.
25.
You investigate various areas of the ship all the way down and found that in the very bottom of the ship, in the hold, where originally you had found the remnants of the black tar and some of the cargo, that in the cargo at the back there seems to be a little makeshift bed and some discarded food.
I'm gonna bring Shadow to sniff around there too.
Oh, it's not the horse, it's the wolf.
That's the wolf, yeah.
The wolf. Okay,
Yeah.
bring the wolf in there to get a scent. The wolf gets
Yeah,
a scent.
tracking horse.
I was thinking the horse. I'm like, why would you bring the horse in there?
He's a good tracker. He's an assassin's horse.
Assassin didn't find him. The horse did.
Bring the wolf in there to the area and get a scent off the blankets that were used as a makeshift bed. So the wolf has the scent of whoever was hidden in the hold.
Okay, so should we go out tonight and follow the scent, or can he pick up a scent anywhere around?
I wouldn't think he's like a bloodhound, so I would assume he has to be near someone to know.
He has stats, so let me
Double check. I think you'd have to recognize the scent of somebody who's actively around.
Because senses passive perception 13.
That's his passive perception. Okay, he has a passive of 13. So
Although
yeah,
that's a
if
skill,
he's
senses, skill passive, skill perception 3 plus 3.
yeah,
It's
if,
good for if we actually go searching through the temple then.
yeah, if you're looking for
Recognize
somebody,
the
right?
smell.
Okay, so we may have to use him tomorrow.
Gloob put a notice in the Discord for you for later on about his computer too.
All right.
Just as a heads up. But yeah. All right. So the wolf has the scent, but you don't think you can actively track from here. It's only if you run into somebody or you're in an area where you suspect someone, the wolf would be able to seek them out. You do get the information somebody was here. Jackson uncovered an area where someone may have stowed away in the hold of the ship. You know, people were on the ship before you left. And you saw signs of someone who looked familiar in the city.
What was left behind?
In the hold,
Yeah.
discarded food and some blankets that were turned into a makeshift bed.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah. From what you can see.
nothing- nothing carved into the ship or anything.
Nope.
No wards or summoning circles.
No.
Oh. Summon a kraken inside the hole.
The men have gone off into the city to spend some money at a nearby place. Maybe drink for the night, get some food, do whatever. What do you guys wish to do? You know you have to meet a
Well,
contact the next day.
Should we go investigate this tonight, or should we?
I mean, we could take a stroll and like get some fresh air while also taking him out to see if he smells anything.
Yeah, I'll just say to Jackson. Jackson, they were in your ship the whole time, under your nose.
Yeah,
Stowaways. They didn't pay passage. How does that make you
Jackson's
feel?
very annoyed with it, and he is gathering some of the gunpowder.
No ticket.
He wouldn't have minded if he was aware that someone was on the ship, but they were eating the food without any awareness of it.
Yeah, that's profit, man. All that fish.
That fish, man.
Not only is that profit, but in the event that we end up in somewhere dire, that's food that we should be eating, not some random stowaway who's trying to shiv us.
She stole that guy's food. The guy, one that, can't remember his name, but he died.
Mm-hmm.
Your apprentice.
Yeah, we'll settle for what we've got for our crew for now, but I'm pissed off.
All right, out we go. Is Clarabelle coming?
Yep. Why not?
Yeah,
Alright.
nice walk.
Let's stop splitting up the party for a little bit.
All right, you make your way
Jackson
out.
Yeah, there is one thing. Jackson is changing one of his arcane bonds
Oh,
for
okay.
glass weapons. That'll come up if we find the person we're looking for.
Yes, and I'm bringing the wolf. He may help with tracking if we don't find a trail on our own.
Okay.
I would hope you brought the wolf. He has the scent, right?
Actually, yeah, I will let him lead us on without getting too far ahead of us.
So again, the wolf won't be able to pick up as you walk outside the ship. The wolf will not be able to pick up where anybody's gone. What he can do is, if
Okay.
you're in an area where somebody you suspect is that person, he can recognize that scent as them.
Okay, well, we'll make
Jackson's
our.
plan is go to the culty temple where you said that you saw her.
Yep, we'll go head over to the temple, the central temple district.
All right, spend some time. You walk as the sun sets in the distance. It begins to get dark. It's not blackout by any means. It's just low light as the sun just dips below the horizon. You notice most of the people are making their way off the pass and to wherever they need to go. You walk. It's nice and cool now. You get a cool evening breeze, a lot of wind up here, and these higher peaks of the city. As you make your way to the Temple of the Wind, you begin to see why it's named that, as the banners tend to pick up and are rippling a lot more. Wind is going through various holes in the stone masonry that they've purposely designed to make little whistling sounds. Chimes seem to have picked up, some bamboo chimes and other little chimes near the front of the temple itself. Most of the grounds out front are cleared of the people that were there during the day. There's still a handful of people here and there doing various tasks. The lights are on inside the temple from candles and whatnot in the main temple straight ahead of you. The kitchen itself to the right is still lit, but not as busy. And the other building to the left as well has some braziers out front that are being lit.
Are the streets lit?
The streets themselves have lanterns that are affixed to various stone carved posts alongside the cobble road. They are lit or being lit during the dark.
And is there a haze of darkness, or is it pretty?
No, it's
pretty
like a
well?
light. It's just the sun has just gone down. So you still have a lot of light. It's by no means dark, right? Just low light. You get a nice dark blue to the sky as you make your way there. Standing out front in the street with the temple just beyond, what do you wish to do specifically?
Logue said that we saw them go into the kitchen.
Yep.
It is near there that Jackson wants to bring Shadow then.
Okay, we'll take Shadow over there and see if he picks anything up.
Okay, make your way into the temple grounds and over more so towards the kitchen. Have the wolf kind of sniff around. There you see he looks like, what are we going to do for him? Investigation or perception for the wolf himself? Let's see what he can
Well,
pick
he
up.
only has, I think, perception. So
Go for it.
he has stealth as well. Want me to roll for him here?
Yeah, you got to roll for him, see what he can smell.
So we got an 18.
18, nice. Okay. You see he picks up a scent of some type, and he kind of wants you to follow him, gives you a little nudge or whatever. You see him go into the kitchen. Inside the kitchen, there's just a couple people there. Looks like they're putting things away, cleaning up for tomorrow or whatnot. Don't really have much interest in you coming and going. You're free to do so as you're looking around. The wolf himself will sniff at a couple places and just lead you beyond the kitchen more towards the temple at the far end, like going into the side and then alongside back towards the temple, where you come out into a larger, more decorative area. A lot of banners and cloth hanging around, some pillars, wooden floors in there.
I say to May, well, at least the kitchen staff gets to keep their weapons. They want to take our weapons at the door last time we were here.
Kitchen staff don't have weapons.
They have knives.
Nobody stopped
Those are
us.
for eating.
Nobody stopped us to remove our weapons and put on sandals.
Question, since I actually wasn't here last week. Was Jackson involved in the combat at all?
I can't remember.
No, because he was upstairs. We put him upstairs with Brantham.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So Jackson doesn't know any of the weapons that were used. He can't locate object on those.
Yeah. Make your way into the main temple room, but at the side via the kitchen. Again, the wolf is kind of smelling a scent, a very faint scent or whatnot, as he's making his way there. And you come out on the side of the temple. In the main temple right now, no one is in there. Candles are lit. There's a lot of what do you call that? There'd be a rug through the main part of it. Statues at the far end, carved out of various rock and whatnot. Very exquisitely carved, handcrafted stuff here and there. A lot of banners hanging from the ceiling, depicting the Temple of the Winds as well. Start looking around. The wolf is very, again, just picking up a very loose scent from a long time ago. Some time has passed throughout earlier in the day. Just kind of tracked it to this main area. None of the monks themselves are in here at the moment. It just seems to be you guys as you're looking around.
Okay, so we're in the temple. We're following a scent.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to cast a spell.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace on the party.
Okay, so you're doing the stealth invisible?
Yep. Because I want to be able to check this place out without arousing anybody.
Okay.
Or rousing anybody.
Okay. So again, a sphere covers you
There's
in
only so much I can do about that.
I meant arousing, not arousing.
Too late, everyone's aroused. All right, you get a sphere that surrounds you and the group. Now, the sphere again,
Not at all.
does it make everyone invisible or shadowy?
It's a veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection for the duration. Each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a +10 bonus to dexterity, stealth checks, and can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage.
Perfect. Okay.
Whilst walking in snow in Lord of the Rings.
As you guys
It
are
lasts for 1 hour.
make your way to the main temple, and you begin to look around, and you're following the shadows sniffer and whatnot. You cast this spell and instantly vanish from anyone's sight. You can still hear the clanking away in the kitchen, just here and there of various objects being moved. There's no one, oddly enough, in the temple right now. However, after you cast the spell and begin to move around and look around a little more, you notice someone walk into the temple through the main door, or the side door from the kitchen. This person is dressed in the robes of a monk. They are quite small in stature. They are wearing a white mask that seems to resemble the face of a fox, strapped over their face to hide it from visibility, and they seem to be looking around intently as if tracking you at one time and then losing you.
What do we want to do with this guy?
So I assume we want to roll stealth since we're using Pass Without a Trace.
Yeah, I think, well, you're stealth right now, unless you're moving. If you're standing still, you're perfectly hidden.
You do have a +10 to your dexterity rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Jackson's gonna do something.
I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1? That's good, because you got 11.
That is an 11, yes.
An 11.
It's not a natural 1, but it's a 1 in my stealth.
Ah.
The other roll was a 2. So
Wow.
Even though you may not be stealthy, you're still hidden from me in a
I am
veil of
truck.
shadow.
I cannot hide.
You're a truck.
A veil of shadow and darkness, or what was it? You're silent
Veil of
too,
shadow.
correct? You're silent.
Shadow and silence, yeah.
Yeah. So even though your stealth sucks, I can't perceive you. I don't know you're there. You see this creature walks in again, looks around for you, wonders where you went, kind of picks up the pace a little bit at not seeing you. Begins to make his way across the temple for the main door. Looks like he's going to go back out to the courtyard to see if you're there. Has lost you. Now he's going to look for you.
That's interesting, isn't it, folks?
Has Shadow noticed anything with that presence nearby?
Yeah, Shadow will. Shadow does not acknowledge that scent to be the same scent, but will of course just notice the person.
The person is not. Well, the person's too short to be the woman, anyways.
Mhm.
If it is a woman, we're tracked. She is not the stowaway, or he is not the stowaway. How
back to
far
this
away
one.
is this guy before he leaves the?
So we'll be heading towards the main door, going out into the courtyard. You guys will be kind of at the back of the main part of the temple. So we'll
many feet away
say we'll give you 90 feet.
I'm gonna use. I'll try and use sending on Kyler. Why don't we just try and follow this person, get them alone? Man,
You're breaking up there.
I can hear him. He's just in a delay.
why don't we? I'm using sending. Why don't we try and follow this person? Wait till they're alone, and then get some answers as to why they're following us.
That's what I was thinking too.
Because I said it.
No, I actually was thinking of sneaking up behind him if we were close enough to him and aggressively taking him down.
Okay, well, they're going to make their way back to the courtyard. Your intent to follow? How long's your spell last? Hours?
1 hour.
Okay, nice. All right, you make your way. They make their way into the courtyard, looking for you. Don't see you. Take a look around. Pause. You guys can pause as well, waiting for them. Then you notice they'll go over to the left side building, looking for you.
We're making no noise, so you guys can talk. Silence. around us.
You're in silence. You're perfectly,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, concealed.
Okay, so we're following. He's gone where? He's gone
Come
back
out to the
looked
courtyard,
around.
looked around, kind of, where the hell did you go? Where'd they go? So makes his way off to the left building this time. Passes between the arch of the left building, which again will be a tall, thin wall with a tiled roof, decorative, and all this stuff. Will make his way through there and somewhere. Who knows? We haven't been over there yet. We don't know where he's gone.
Do we want to continue to follow, or do we want to go check this temple out for clues?
Is going to follow, and he wants to know why he's being followed as well.
Okay, so we need to get close enough to him to take him down.
Okay, make your way over to the left-hand side of the temple where the arch is and look inside. Inside, you see that it passes over a little, like, hallway type thing, and there are some houses in there which are lit up. They have some lack of a better term, paper-like walls, and you can see men inside, maybe having dinner, doing whatever around a table. And in the middle, there's another little courtyard where it is just a square with steps up all sides and houses around all, where people of the temple may be housed. And in that courtyard, this creature has wandered into the middle and is looking around to try to see where you went. Did you go in one of the houses? Did you go down one of the hallways here? Kind of standing out in the middle.
Anyone else around?
A lot of lanterns out there. The sky is dark above. No one else seems to be out in the courtyard. No, people are in the houses beyond. You can hear distant conversations. They're having quite the, they have their own noise, their own ambient noise they're dealing with. He's out there kind of in silence looking around in the middle of this small square courtyard.
Okay, does anybody have an attack that would take him down with to knock him out?
Jackson does have something he can do.
I mean, I can make him trip on grease.
You just don't want to alert all the people in the little houses, that's all. Because we're silenced, but he isn't.
Mhm.
He starts slipping on grease, he might start yelling.
You get the impression that he's not, that he's here as well. He's not from here, but he's come here as well. He doesn't want to be noticed as well.
He's blending in.
He wouldn't be yelling
Right.
In that case, Jackson is going to separate himself a bit from the party. Get about 40 to 50 feet away. And he is going to start waving his hand on the lanterns at the far end of the courtyard. And start snuffing out the flames in the lanterns.
What's your intent?
I'm gonna scare the shit out of this guy.
Because you're
Jackson is snuffing out the lanterns from darkness.
remaining close to.
Yeah, you have to be within 30 feet.
Yep, Jackson's gone 40 feet away from the party and is trying to slowly circle around, but as he does so, the lanterns are being snuffed out as he does so.
In the darkness. He's
Yes.
So you're not quiet about it.
I mean, it's just a wave of a hand. He's
Yeah.
not got a somatic component, not a verbal component for this.
Okay. Lanterns will be out. Creature will look around with a perception of 10. Will not be able to see you at the moment and wonder why the lanterns are going out. Quickly turn towards the lanterns that have gone out, then make his way over to investigate, look down, figure out why the lantern had gone out, look around, see the next one goes out. Curious, makes his way over there, keeping on guard. You notice that something is in his hand that he has. He has a large round object in his hand. Some kind of iron ball or something like that.
Knowledge Arcane to see if I can make a guess as to what it is. Nope.
The bards strike it out.
I don't got a fucking clue.
Jackson is going to make his way back to Clairval at this point. Can you cast silence on him or something? I have no idea if you know that spell.
I do, and I can.
Please do.
The issue, like, silence is on a single area.
Oh, it's an area spell.
Jackson is going to pull out a small 9-pound ball
Okay.
and wait for Clairval to cast his spell before he casts his own
Casting it
on him.
is a 20-foot radius sphere. Okay. I cast silence.
Okay, where the guy is, where he's looking at the lantern, there is now a silence in that area. Okay, let me see if I acknowledge it. Ooh, I got a 19. So he's standing there, he's looking at the lantern, something's going on, all of a sudden it's silence. He notices, wait a minute, it's really silent. Why is it silent? Starts looking out
Cool.
into the darkness above, sees the moon up there. What happens?
Frozen. moon.
He is going to take 48 bludgeoning damage as Jackson hurls the catapult.
Where's my AC?
That's a dex save that he has to make.
Oh, it's a dex? Okay. Let me see. Oh, where are my numbers? 10.
It's a 14 he's got to make.
Okay. Give me the damage.
Yep. That is 18 bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
Just in silence. And Jackson is trying to go for non-lethal. He's not aiming for anywhere that's important, but he knows this is going to hurt like hell, so just shoot him in the leg.
All right, you shoot bludgeoning damage over into the silent spell. It hits him really hard right in the leg with this ball. Of course,
Put a
he's
basketball grip on there. Just boom, right into his leg.
he screams out in
Jackson's had a
pain.
bad day. He found out that one of his crew members is dead. Someone was stowed away on his ship. No mercy today.
The creature screams out in pain when he's in complete silence. He can't. The sound will not penetrate. He starts looking around frantically for where that came from, but cannot see it because you're inside the zone of shadow or whatever you want to call it. So he begins to. He's gonna flee.
We're gonna move closer to him so we can grab him.
I think let's do initiative,
Okay.
just to be safe.
18.
Natural 20 for me,
Ooh.
which is actually 23.
16.
16 on
That's
May.
will be last 14 there.
14. Okay, so we're going to do Kylok with the 20. We're going to do Clairval with the 18. And we're going to do May with the 16. And Jackson actually beat the other one with his 14. And
Oops, he just got real fucking hamstrung.
the final got a 12.
I don't think there's anything you can do to prepare for a cannonball being launched at your leg.
That's awesome. All right, with this, we'll just use a basic turn sequence. So, Kylok, you were first. You see this guy looks like he's going to bolt out of the zone of silence and head out of the temple zone, but he hasn't moved yet. Your go. What do you want to do? You're within 30
How
feet
close
of
are
your
we?
companions. You
We're-
were from
we're
him.
Yeah.
How far did you have to be for catapult there, Jackson?
That's a 60-foot spell.
All right, so we'll say within 60 feet.
Okay. So,
That's two moves.
if I move, I stay
Yep,
concealed.
that's right. It's a 30-foot spell. If you do a full move, your companions will be visible. You will still be not visible.
Okay, I'll move far enough not to reveal them yet.
Okay, so to the edge of the 30 feet. Okay, you're
Which
30
puts
feet
me
away. Yep.
30 feet away from him.
Okay, that's your move. Do you
Okay.
want to do anything else?
No, because I want to grapple him. That's what I want to do. I
Okay.
can't get close enough.
All right, Clairval.
He hasn't. Well, no, he has been attacked because of Jackson's fucking
Yeah.
cannonball.
Cannonball with double leg.
That was awesome.
Yep.
The wrong people to track today.
Okay, so he's trying to run away from us right now, right?
Well, run away from the source of the pain. Yeah, wherever that was. He has no idea where it was.
Oh, the
He's just gonna
cannonball,
flee. Yeah.
So
What direction is he trying to flee in?
The way out, the proper way out. There's only one way out.
So back past
So
us.
the direction that he's headed, I'm going to make it appear that there is a solid stone wall in front of him. I'm going to cast Minor Illusion.
Okay. Okay, so minor illusion goes off. There's looks like a stone wall in front of him. Now, what happens? He interacts with that, and then I get a save.
Yeah. So he sees it in order to stop and turn it. Like he'd get a save again.
Okay. What's the save based? Wisdom.
It is a intelligence.
Intelligence. Okay. He's gonna run up. He's gonna see the wall. He's gonna be like, oh wait a minute, a wall just can't appear.
Or
Try to,
investigation, if that's higher.
okay.
In the silence.
No, he'd be out of the silence because the silence was only a 20-foot orb. So he's out of the silence. He's making his way back towards the front of the temple. He's still only going to get an 8, so he doesn't know why the wall appeared, but he believes the wall is real. So he stops at what he's doing with the wall
Yep.
there.
Thinks maybe he took a wrong turn or something.
Yep. Starts looking back. Looks back towards the courtyard, back to where he was hit. Still doesn't know where anything came from. May.
Alright, well, while he's fumbling around, I'm gonna throw some acid at him. Well, not acid,
No.
grease, the grease.
Okay.
Get him on the floor.
Burn him alive.
He's really just gonna be wondering what the heck is going on. Poor guy. Grease.
Is that a spell attack?
Yes.
It's not an attack. He's got to make a dex save.
Oh, it's just a dex save.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
for dex save, I rolled good. I got a 19, and I got a 4. 21, 22, 23. So I got a 23. Grease goes off. He does manage to make it. So Grease appears under him, but he's able to get his feet out of the way at the time. That's only your action. You can still do a move, interaction, bonus spell, anything like that.
Can I push him back into it?
Just like give him a shove. You
You're
guys are.
flying out
He
of
did
the
move-
silent, out of the shadow.
Well, she can move. She can move. Okay. If you want to come out of the shadow, you would appear, boom, just out of the shadow. He would just suddenly see you, but then he's stunned and you give him a shove.
And then he'll fall back onto the grease.
Strength versus strength. If he fails, he'll fall in the grease. What do you think?
How strong does he look?
He's not rippling with muscle. He's a littler guy.
She's sizing him up.
He doesn't look that
I'll
strong.
try.
Okay,
I'll
all
try
right.
to just. I feel like that's worth some intimidation points there.
Yeah. I got 11.
It's a save. It's just a regular strength check, right?
Regular strength check, yeah.
Wow. Oh no!
She got
4.
that 4. Out of the shadowy nowhere, you just boom, you appear, and you give him a shove, and he's like, ah, doesn't know what's going on, but he's able to withstand your push. You kind of like that on him. He's like, ah, what was that?
I'm gonna disappear back into the shadows and
Demon looking thing comes out at him.
I'm gonna disappear back in the shadows. Maybe he'll think he's being like haunted or something.
Poor
You
guy,
kind
all
of
the lights went out. He got incredible pain, and then a demon just came out of nowhere and shoved him.
shoved him.
Walked into a wall.
Oh, you disappear back into the shadow, but with a 19, he can figure out, wait a minute, spell, something's going on ahead of me. So he kind of takes note of that. Jackson, your go before him.
Jackson, having seen what May just did, is going to try the same thing and charge and shove him with a drop kick. That's a 17 strength to try to push him over.
A Triton coming out of the nowhere. Triton out
With
of
a drop.
nowhere. Gets a 14.
Okay.
You
And
beat
then,
him.
for good measure, Jackson's going to shield bash him while he's down with a steel chair. Well, not steel chair, his shield.
Still cheer.
Give him a RKO. The steel chair.
It's another 17 he's got to beat to get shoved back 5
Oh my
feet
God.
on the ground. Through the grease.
9. No. He's going to get drop kicked, shield bash back and through the grease onto the ground. Oh my
Slid
god.
back 5 feet, and Jackson's going to look at him. Who are you? What do you want?
Oh.
There we go. That's what I was hoping to get with it getting him prone.
That's intimidation. Oh, here, hold on. I got to do a dex save for the item in my hand. Oh, but natural 20. Yeah. You
He
see
held
him.
onto the item.
Oh, he held on to the item, but he's on the ground. He kind of shakes his head, dazed from getting kicked and shield bashed. Uses half his movement to get to his feet. And you see him just kind of reach over with something in his other hand and click it above this this large ball that he's holding. And he goes, I'll get the information out of you one way or the other. Throws it over towards you. Where was it at here? Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Aha.
Can I attempt to use a
Yeah, for sure.
reaction to try and catch it with telekinesis?
Ooh.
You want to,
Yeah, considering you get an attack before him.
because this is mine, do you want me to use my... Because this is my, do you want me to use my modifier for the, like my wisdom modifier instead of dex?
Yep.
So do you want me to use dex?
Nope, use wisdom.
Alright.
That's awesome.
Natural 20.
Oh no, how are we going to do this? Okay. As he's going to throw it, you're going to do telekinesis as a reaction. Where do you want to stop it? Right near him in the air or like where at?
Yeah, like the air just out of his reach.
Out of his,
Like,
just
so
out of his reach? Okay.
Just out of his reach. Yep.
All right. 13 points of damage. As he throws it up in the air, it stops with telekinesis, and he's like, "Ah, shit!" And it just explodes right then and there, knocking him back down to the ground.
Bomb.
It was a
Jackson
bomb.
is within 5 feet of him and will also make his dex save. What does he need to beat that anyway?
You need a 12.
Okay.
Is he back in the grease now?
Yes.
That is a 13, which
Oh.
means I'm also going to use my Shield Master feat. So, because I have succeeded, I am not taking any of the damage.
Nice. All right, you're able to shield yourself from the explosion of the fire, from this bomb that he threw. He falls back down into the grease. And we'll go top of the round to Kylok.
Okay, I will cover the distance and bind him. with the rope.
As you do so, you run the distance to go to bind him until you step
Yep.
into the grease. Give me a dexterity check.
Oh no!
This is what Jackson did at dropkick.
20.
Oh!
17 plus 3.
You skate right across the grease, come over to him, and then just start tying him up.
Yep.
You're
I
able,
look so badass.
you're able to subdue him with the rope. Yeah, just skate right over. Tie him up with the rope.
And-
Spent a long time in icy winter.
Yeah, I know. And somehow bind his mouth too, so he can't shout out.
All right, now this, again, a short humanoid type character wearing a white mask painted up like a fox across his face. How do you want to bind his mouth?
And take off the mask Scooby-Doo style.
Yeah. Who are you?
And I'd have got away with it. I was watching for you kids and your dog.
It's Old Man Withers in there.
Old Man Withers again. Stop stealing our weed, Old Man Withers.
You pull the mask up, but what is below is actually Kitsune, a foxfolk, who is there. You're able to bind his mouth as you wish so that no sound will go out, and everything is silent in the courtyard. No one has been disturbed from inside the houses. Are carrying on with whatever they're doing, having meals, doing their thing. It's quiet in the courtyard. You still have a wall of stone, the edge of your spell still up, grease magically on the ground.
Also go and retrieve his cannonball.
Get your cannonball back.
I'll pull him into our.
One of the, I know that
into our-
people were asking last week. One of the
Yeah.
6 that we have on the ship, cannonballs.
Ah,
at the moment.
6. Okay. Yep.
Pull him into our darkness, and we'll.
Pull him into the darkness.
Anyone who was watching this battle, if there was somebody hiding somewhere watching, he was quietly yelling out. He got hit in the silence and got hurt, and screamed out with nothing coming out of his mouth. Then he turned around and walked into a
At
wall.
least the bomb blew up.
The bomb blew up in the silence too,
Yeah,
didn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, because Jackson knocked him back into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like watching a silent film with these things coming out of shadows at him.
That's awesome.
And then he gets enveloped by the shadow.
So you have
He's
him
gone.
in your possession in the shadow. And what are you going to do? You're going to bring him somewhere with you?
Yeah, you want to take him back to the ship? What do you want to do?
I thought you said you were moving.
Gotta question him.
Yeah, let's take him somewhere, and I'll have a conversation with him.
Okay, so we're still cloaked, so we can move as a group to wherever we're going. I don't know if we should finish investigating the temple or not.
At this time, Jackson is more concerned with the fact that we were being followed.
Okay.
He's happy to go back to the ship and have a conversation.
I
with
think
this
we're
person.
better off dealing with. Let's talk to this person first. So they were following us, so they can probably give us some information about the other person that was following us. So let's go back to the ship and have a conversation.
All right, let's take
That
him back to
sounds
the
like
ship.
a plan.
Take him back to the ship and throw him in the brig.
Oh, no. Where the assassin was?
Yeah. Well, maybe not the same one. He was tied to a post. And wasn't even in the brig. He wasn't allowed to be in the brig.
All right, you
He
bring...
was in the lower hold.
Takes you some time to get across the city. By the time you get back to the ship, your shadowy silence has expired, and you make your way onto the boat. Men have gone into town for the night.
Yep.
So you go into the hold of the ship, down below where the little holding cell was that the assassin was at before, and throw him in there. Seems rather
Yay,
terrified of all you
Battle over.
ragtag guys kicking his ass out of the shadows in the temple, as he was following you originally.
He's got absolutely jumped.
So I'm gonna just say to Jackson, let Clairvel question him first. I know you have your tactics, but let's let the bard talk to him first. Send him a friendly face.
Jackson will let that happen, and we'll just go and start sharpening his tools.
Maybe sharpen them somewhere else.
Yeah, Jackson is sharpening them outside of the room.
Right outside the door, so we can hear the grinding.
No, Jackson will sharpen them away from Clairvel so he's not that intimidating. Already launched a cannonball with no noise at Takai. If he doesn't talk, there's bigger problems.
You doing okay?
Guy looks up at you, he's pretty hurt.
Do you need some healing?
He says, yes, I will take some healing.
I will cast Cure Light Wounds.
All right.
It's 5 points of healing back. Or, sorry, 8 points of healing back.
All right. Kind of relax. Sit back against the bars. Feeling a little better from the healing, but still wounds from getting cannonballed and beat up, drop kicked, and everything like that. kind of just
Yep.
sits back
Shield bashed.
and rests against the bars.
What's your name?
Son of a bitch. That's the first. Whenever I have everything else, where is
Except his
my...
name. You gotta name them all. They all name.
I do most of them.
Been 10 minutes later, you could have said that's where we leave off.
We got 10 minutes.
And
So
he doesn't tell you. He never tells you his name.
you'll have to pluck that from my dead
Aha! All right. Let's say Naito. That'll work perfect.
Naito. Do you know what my name is?
Where's Jake the
He
Bird?
looks at you and says, "No." No, I do not know your name.
We'll get it. Why were you following us?
He says, "I was paid to follow you."
By whom?
Kind of looks at you. We'll give you a silent intimidation. 13.
What would you like me to roll against that? Persuasion?
Do persuasion. You're a bard.
22.
Yeah. All right. What's your question?
Naito. Who hired you?
I say the swordswoman Ling.
What was that name?
Ling. Ling.
And what were you to report back to her?
I was to get some orders you picked up in the north and bring them back to her. She's looking for a contact to take him out. She's an assassin. As am I. He kind of proudly looks, but clearly not up to the task.
Very good. You're not a good assassin.
See. And are you an accomplished assassin?
He says, I've blown some stuff up. Yeah.
Besides yourself?
That was only a few times, he says. Working with bombs is a
A few
delicate,
times.
it's a delicate thing. Not many people can craft them.
It's a coward's way.
He kind of looks, huh?
It's a coward's weapon. A real warrior faces their adversary, looks them in the eye.
He says, well, I strike from behind when no one's looking, and I blow them up.
And how many innocents have you taken with those bombs?
Quite a few, actually.
You seem to take pride in that.
I do. I have to get my name up there if I'm going to be a great assassin.
I see. Well, that'll make it easier when Jackson goes to eat you then.
What?
So,
Not that green thing.
when were you going to report back to Lang?
Hopefully tonight when I blew you up and gathered the orders she's looking for.
Where?
Uh,
Where?
I was going to meet her at midnight at the temple.
Where in the temple?
Just inside the main room. She said to meet there. I was going to get down to the ship to find you guys, but luckily you walked right into where I was.
Just giving all this information very freely.
Well, you persuaded me. I tried to intimidate you, out-persuaded me. And I'm in jail.
And you get the shit knocked out of him.
Yeah.
You are severely underestimating the capabilities of your bird.
I trust you.
About what time is it right now?
It would be, let's say, what's after dark?
9:30.
Yeah, we'll say 9:30, 9:30, 10.
So we have a few hours to try and set something up.
Yeah, for sure.
So, why the Temple of the Wind?
Doesn't really have a good answer for that. He says, that's just where I was told. I don't know the relation.
Insight check.
We
I
still
know-
there? Are we still outside the room? Are we listening to this?
I would assume so.
Insight was a 21.
Okay. It looks like he was hired to do this task. She had told him when and where, kind of thing, to meet up with the information if he was successful and gathered it from you guys, but what relation, he doesn't know.
Okay.
Jackson's ship.
Oh.
Yeah. You should ask him like the organization that they like what are they looking for from this contact?
Getting there.
Okay. Carry on.
Tell me about Lang.
He says he does not know much. He was just hired to do this job, just paid by her to do this job. She showed up just the other day and had approached a series of people looking to do this job. Said she wouldn't be linked to it. He had taken up the job, boasting of himself. She was accompanied by a couple odd-looking creatures in cloaks.
Accompanied by creatures in cloaks.
Does the description sound like what we fought?
Yes. Shadowy humanoids in big gray flowing cloaks with glowing eyes.
Why does she want this information?
She didn't say why. She was just paying handsomely for it. Again, said she was an assassin. She was looking for orders to find a target to assassinate.
So, you're an up-and-coming assassin. Why didn't you just take the job yourself?
Thinks about it for a moment, but he's like, I'm not looking to do the double cross just yet. See what I get paid, see what the target she goes after, and if there's something in it for me.
See if there was... Wouldn't you need to check to see if there was a contract out with the guild or a sanctioned hit?
I'm not part of any guild, he says.
You're not part. Oh, I may have just wasted that healing.
An assassin.
So no one will miss him.
Oh,
There's no assassin's guild to worry about.
He's an independent bomber.
you, yeah, I'm gonna look at it.
He's a freelancer.
You honestly have no idea how absolutely royally you have fucked up here, have you, son? And I'm gonna roll an intimidation check
Go for it.
on that. That would be a 23.
Oh!
He just pissed his pants.
I got a 14, yeah. You got him. Starts to get worried in there.
I'm gonna leave you here to think about that for a couple of minutes, and we're gonna go make a determination as to what we're gonna do with you. If you have a god that you are on good terms with, now would be a good time to start speaking.
You intimidate the shit out of him?
And I'll leave the room, close the door, and yep, we're gonna go talk somewhere else where he can't hear.
All right. You guys make your way up to the next part of this.
As I close the door, Jackson, put the knife down. You have to wait a little bit.
Jackson's going to put down the choke pear that he's holding.
We'll just post the wolf outside the door when we talk.
All right. Post the wolf outside the door where you talk, and that's all we're going to do tonight. We play
Yeah.
a homebrew game every Sunday from 9 till 12 midnight Eastern Standard Time. That's the end of this one. But if you come back next Sunday, we will continue on with the homebrew adventure. As well, you can check everything out on YouTube and VODs on Twitch. Look for UPM.
Find out what happens
game.
to Nieto. Dun, dun, dun.
All right, that was awesome. And hopefully we can get a message from Chris, see if he can join us again.
Yep.
And we'll reconvene. And myself, I do have to take off tonight. I won't be able to hang out in Discord tonight. But through the week, I hope to get some stuff in there. Maybe Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. What's this? Jackson.
He sent you something?
Yeah, that's hilarious. Oh my god. So I don't know if you want to raid, we can raid. If we want to just fade out,
Yeah,
we can do our movie.
let's see who's on.
All right, let's find a D&D.
Anybody's got a choice?
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night, sir. Thank you
See
for
ya.
coming out.
Bye, mate.
Have a good night. Thank you. All right, let's find a D&D channel to raid out to. We're gonna play a little movie, then do a small raid. Stick around if you'd like to see more D&D tonight. We're gonna try to find somebody. Let's even find somebody new under D&D.
Mythos Mar is on. That's who we rated them before. B-Dub and Blue is on.
Are they doing D&D?
They says they're doing D&D. Yeah, Fables in something or other. It's
Let's do-
episode 36, Cult of Asmodus.
I'm gonna do redub.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna hit that. I'm gonna play the movie. We'll be peaced out. Thank you, guys. Start
you.
that up. All right, movie. Woo!